Hello everyone. Today we are starting second very important lesson, that is microorganisms, friends and foe. Students, last class we finished first very important lesson, that is crop production and management. Today we are starting the second lesson in biology, so that is microorganisms, friends and foe. That is very important. Before knowing about detailed explanation about microorganisms, you have to know definition for microorganisms actually. So living organisms are they? So living organisms that includes plants, animals and also microorganisms. Both plants and animals are multicellular. What about that microorganisms? Microorganisms are unicellular. Some of them are multicellular microorganisms also they. So, what are microorganisms? So, micro is nothing that is very small or very that minute organism, and also we are not possible to see those organisms through our naked eyes. Through our naked eyes, we are not possible to see that type of organisms. Those organisms are commonly called as microorganisms. So we are not possible to see through our naked eyes. So how to see the particular microorganisms? How to see that microorganism? That very important instrument is there. So that is what we called as that microscope. This is what we called as microscope. Through this particular microscope, we can see the particular microorganisms. Those organisms are commonly called as microorganisms. So useful microorganisms are they are friends to us. They are friends to us, and also some of them that causing some diseases. Harmful microorganisms also they, so that causing some diseases to our body, both plants and also animals actually. So next you have to know some detailed explanation about microorganisms, friends and also that foe. First, I will give you introduction to the particular microorganisms. Usually, that microorganisms are present all around us, because that microorganisms are very minute organisms, and also they are present in each and every place, that including, so that they are present in that air, water and also the particular soil, but they are too small and also to be seen with naked eyes. You are not possible to see through our naked eyes. Those organisms are commonly called as microorganisms. Already I told you. So that microorganism present in our hands, and also that they are present in each and every place, and also we are not possible to see that type of microorganisms through our naked eyes, and also they are present in the particular air and also that soil. Students, today time for that coronavirus also that microorganisms. I will tell you later about that viruses later. So that type virus or general that microorganism present in each and every place, including that water, soil and also the particular air, and also that causing many diseases to our body. So now coming to definition, already I told you microorganisms are very small organisms, and also which cannot be seen with through the particular naked eyes, but we can see that type of organism through that very important instrument, so that is what we called as microscope. Those organisms are commonly called as microorganisms. Usually that microorganism, almost all microorganisms are unicellular. Unicellular is nothing but that contains only one cell, and also we are not possible to see the type of organism through our naked eyes. So few of them are multicellular microorganisms also there, and also so that microorganism may exist in that alone, or maybe present in colonies actually. in group also that microorganisms available, and also some of the microorganisms alone also. And also, for example, I will tell you about one example. So you see the picture here, so that the bread is there, here also there, and also you see that the green colored patches here white colored with green colored patches, that you might that you observe that during the rainy season, that the moist bread gets spoiled. Moist bread gets spoiled, and its surface gets covered with greenish white patches. Greenish white patches. So that greenish white patches are the microorganisms where actually moist content present. So in that place the microorganisms also there, and also those microorganisms are take part in spoiling the particular food. Next, coming to types of microorganisms. So that there are four main types of microorganisms are there. There are four main microorganisms are they are bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoans. How many types of microorganisms are they? There are four types of microorganisms are they: bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoans. Let's know a few more informations about the types of that microorganisms with examples. So bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoans are unicellular organisms. Example for that bacteria, example for bacteria, that lactobacillus, E. coli bacteria are there. Some other type of that bacteria also there, and also one more type of that microorganism, that is algae. Example for algae is they are Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra, some other algae also there. Similarly, that fungi also there. Fungi example that the bread mold, Penicillium, Aspergillus, some other fungus also there. So similarly, one more, that is protozoans. Example for protozoan, that is they are that amoeba, paramecium, some other organisms also there. So there are four types of organisms are they are that bacteria, algae, fungi, and also now that protozoans with examples we got about that. So now coming to that viruses. uh, Now time for that coronavirus. What is virus like that? What are viruses? So viruses are also considered as microorganisms. Also considered as microorganisms. Were not possible to see the particular viruses through our naked eyes. We can see those organisms through that microscope. They are different from other microorganisms. They are different from other microorganisms because, so usually that viruses are dead outside the body of that organisms. Outside the body of that organisms, the viruses are inactive. Outside the body of that organisms, viruses are inactive. So that virus is entering into our body through that food or water, whatever it is. So finally that viruses become that more active, and also that causing so many problems to our body. So usually that viruses outside the body of that organisms inactive or dead. After entering into our body, finally becomes more active, and also finally that causes so many problems to our body. They are different from other microorganisms because they reproduce only in the body of host organisms like bacteria, plants, or animals. So common that problems coming from the particular viruses, or that they are viruses that causing a little bit cold, influenza, that is flu, that and the most coughs are caused by that viruses that causing that cold, influenza, that is flu, and most coughs are caused by that viruses. Serious diseases like polio, chicken pox are also that caused by that viruses. So viruses causing that very serious diseases like that polio and chicken pox also, and also common diseases like that cold, influenza, and most of the coughs also caused by that viruses. See, some pictures are there, yeah. So bacteria, this is spiral, different shapes of bacteria are there. So this one is spiral bacteria, this one is rod shaped bacteria. So algae are there, chlamydomonas and spirogyra. Protozoans are there, so that is amoeba. So this is paramecium. Some fungus also there, so that is bread mold. uh, that one more, that is penicillium is there, aspergillus niger is there. So these are the some pictures of microorganisms. And also just we discussed about that viruses also. This is the picture of that virus, this one also. This is structure of that HIV. This is general structure of that bacteriophage. Both are viruses are inactive in outside the body of the organisms. After entering into our body, that becomes more active, and also that causing so many problems to our body. These are the structure of the viruses. Next, coming to friend and foe, there are two types of microorganisms are there. Harmful microorganisms are there, and also useful microorganisms also there. Some of the organisms, beneficial microorganisms are there, and also those organisms provide some that that particular microorganism gives some support to our body. Some of them are involving in that causing some diseases to our body also. Usually that microorganisms play an important role in our life. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some of others are harmful and cause the diseases to our body. Harmful microorganisms are there, and also useful microorganisms also there. So usually useful microorganisms are involving in the, for example, for useful microorganisms. So microorganisms are used for making curd from milk, for making cheese, pickle, bread, cakes, pastries, alcohol, wine, vinegar, so that is acetic acid. So in this field we are using the particular microorganisms. Without microorganism we are not possible to prepare these items and all. Example for useful microorganisms. So one process takes place, that is conversion of that curd into milk, making curd from that milk. This process takes place, that milk into curd, that takes place by the help of that very important useful microorganism. So that is lactobacillus. So lactobacillus, that is a bacteria that take part in that converting curd from that milk, or milk into curd. That process takes place by the help of bacterium, that is lactobacillus. And also that lactobacillus reproduces in milk and helps to convert milk into curd. Similarly, so one more useful microorganism that involving in the making bread. That making bread takes place by the help of that very important fungus. So that is what we called as yeast that take part in making bread, because so that reproduces in flour dough, and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, which makes the dough soft, and helps in making bread, cakes, biscuits, pastries, some other materials like that. Next, coming to commercial use of microorganisms. Uses of microorganism, particularly commercial use of microorganisms. Students, we are using microorganisms in large scale in the production of the particular alcohol or wine or in acetic acid or vinegar actually. So we are using a large amount of microorganisms in the production of alcohol, wine, acetic acid or vinegar. And also one more very important microorganism is there, just we discussed about that is yeast. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and also wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruit juices, etc. So, we are using microorganisms in large extent in the production of alcohol, wine, and also acetic acid, particularly the particular yeast. And also one process is there, so that is fermentation. What is fermentation? Like the fermentation is the process. Fermentation is a process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. Fermentation is the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. That is what we call as fermentation. One more question will come to your examination. What is fermentation? Like the fermentation is the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. One scientist will come. Name of that scientist is Louis Pasteur. So who discovered the particular fermentation process? So fermentation discovered by a great scientist, Louis Pasteur. This is a picture of that Louis Pasteur in 1857 discovered the process, that is what we called as fermentation. These are all some basic commercial use of microorganisms. Next, coming to medical use of microorganisms. Use of microorganism in pharmaceutical industries or medical field. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets. Whenever you sick, doctor will give you some antibiotic tablets or capsules or injections, such as of very important uh, that vaccine, that is what we called as penicillin. So the source of these medicines is microorganism. How actually these particular sources like that antibiotics, capsules or injections, these medicines or vaccines are produced by using of some microorganism. Main source of these that vaccines are microorganisms. Such medicines are commonly called as antibiotics. So that antibiotics are very important, that vaccine or that thing, and also we're using that antibiotics for curing some diseases uh, present in our body. So those antibiotics also the prepared by the help of that microorganisms. These days a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. How actually the antibiotic produced? By the help of that useful microorganisms, they are bacteria and fungi. So we are using that bacteria and fungi for the production of antibiotics. And also some of the name of the antibiotics are the example, streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin. So these are all some of the commonly known antibiotics. And also these antibiotics like streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin, these antibiotics prepared by using of that very important microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. And also these medicines kill or stop the growth of that disease causing microorganisms. How actually that antibiotics works in our body? So that antibiotics are manufactured by using of that microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Those antibiotics are involving in the kill or stop the activity of that harmful microorganisms present in our body or disease causing microorganisms. In this way vaccine will works in our body. Next, coming to precautions while administering antibiotics. So using of antibiotics is very important. It may be give a side effect of our body. We have to take care while using of that antibiotic. Just you have to know few information about that. So it is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor. So you have to follow guidelines from that doctor while using that antibiotics. So you have to take advice from a qualified doctor, then only how to use that antibiotics. Also you must finish the course prescribed by the doctor. So sometime we are suffering from some diseases like that cold or disease or cough, and doctors will guide you about you have to use that antibiotics. So then you have to take that antibiotic few days, one course you have to complete, otherwise so that diseases will come to our body again and again. Actually you have to complete one course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drug less effective when you might need it in future. So when necessary, then only you have to use that antibiotics guided by your doctor. Next, coming to that also antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. So when you're suffering from some of the diseases, you have to take that antibiotics, and also you have to take advice from the doctor, then only you have to use that antibiotics. Suppose unnecessarily you take that antibiotics, that kill that useful microorganisms like that bacteria present in our body. So finally we will not get some benefits from those organisms, because those organisms will killed by that antibiotics. So when you necessary, then only you have to take antibiotics. Before using of that antibiotic, you have to take guidelines from the doctor, and also you have to finish one course. Similarly, so that antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu, as they are caused by viruses. Usually, antibiotics works on bacterial infections. Suppose you will get that cold or flu from that bacteria, so then doctor will guide you. You have to take that antibiotics like that. Suppose that flu or cold or cough coming from that viruses, so that antibiotics will not works on that viral infections. So antibiotics only works on that bacterial infection, not on viral infections. That is very important. Next, coming to penicillin. So just we discussed about that. So that penicillin, that is very important medicine. Who discovered that penicillin? Alexander Fleming. So this is the picture of Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming in 1929 discovered that very important medicine, that is penicillin. So Alexander Fleming was working on culture of the disease causing bacteria. While working on a culture of disease causing bacteria, suddenly he found the spores of a little green mold, in one of his culture plates. In his one of his culture plates, he got the spores of a little green mold. Finally, he observed that the presence of mold prevented the growth of that bacteria. The presence of mold prevented the growth of bacteria. In fact, it was killed many of these bacteria. From his the mold, penicillin was prepared. while culturing of that disease causing bacteria, suddenly he observed that a formation of little green mold in one of his culture plates. So those green mold that kills that many of his bacteria. So finally he found that, so that the green mold that prevent the growth of the particular bacteria like that. So finally he got very important medicine, so that is penicillin in 1929 by Alexander Fleming. Next, coming to vaccine. So vaccine in the form of that antibiotics or capsule or injections. How actually that vaccine works in our body like that, when a disease carrying microbe enters our body. When that microorganism entering into our body, the body produces that antibodies. Our immune system that produces antibodies to fight against the particular microorganisms to save our body like that. So any foreign materials or example that microorganisms entering into our body, finally our immune system that produces very important antibodies for fight against the particular microorganisms like them. The body also remembers how to fight the microorganisms. Body remembers how to fight the microbe if it enters again. So, if dead or weakened microorganisms are introduced in a healthy body, that the body fights and kills them by producing suitable antibodies like that. So that some of the microorganisms are weakened microorganism entering into our body, and also that causing that some diseases to our body. Finally, our immune system that produces that antibodies automatically, that particular microorganism will kill. So sometime that some strong microorganisms are they, those organisms entering into our body, and also immune system that produces that antibodies. So finally those antibodies not able to recognize or fight against that little bit strong microorganism, then you have to take that vaccine in the form of that antibodies like that. So the antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microorganisms. This is how a vaccine works. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases are there, so including that cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Some of the diseases are there: cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis. So these diseases we can prevent by using of that vaccines, that process, that is what we call as vaccination like that. Similarly, so children usually are given injections. Children are given injections to protect themselves against several diseases. The diseases, necessary vaccines are available in hospitals. Usually the in children will take some of the vaccinations, because that particular vaccination that prevents some of the diseases will come to the particular child's body. Similarly, vaccines are given to children for protection against that polio. So polio, that is very dangerous. So we can prevent that polio by using of that vaccine under pulse polio program. Every year pulse polio program will come in that time. So each and every child will get that polio vaccine for preventing from that polio disease like that. So polio drops given a children or actually a vaccine. So this is called oral vaccine, because you have to take that polio drops through our mouth. So that vaccination, that is what we called as oral vaccination. And also these days vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms. Already we discussed about the antibiotics. So almost all micro that the vaccines are prepared by using of that microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. So these are all some basic informations about vaccine. Students, today we discussed about will just I gave you introduction about that microorganisms, a definition for microorganisms, types of microorganisms, viruses, commercial use of microorganisms, medicinal use of microorganisms, penicillin. Now just we got about vaccine also. And also I will give you few that one more question for you, that is, take some soil in a glass container. Take some soil in a glass container, fill it with tap water, keep it exposed to that sunlight. After few days, you will see growth of green layer on the surface of the container. So you observe it using magnifying glass. Where do you see the particular green colored patches, and also you have to name that type of microorganisms. Only one question, only one activity for you for a homework. So these are all about today's topic. Next class, few more information I will give you about microorganisms. Thank you so much.